Hello everyone, Smurfingbirds here, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video, where I will be playing the new Valhalla Assassin's Creed DLC. I have played the main game, I have done everything. I have done all of the achievements, most of the quests, and we will be going through at least the beginning with Gungnir, the legendary spear, and Lagathr's axe. Also believe we're going through, Raven, Mentor's Robe, which is just my playstyle. I like doing both the assassin part, but also going full Viking and just slaughtering everything, which is where Lagathr's axe comes in, because we can do the spin to win. And yeah, really without any further ado, I think we should get this started. I'm actually really excited as to what this is going to bring. I don't have any spoilers, and I don't know anything about what's going to happen, so really excited for this. And I also hope that you're going to enjoy it with me. Now let's get to it.
Perhaps you can aid me in locating Hytham.
What is your purpose with him?
I have brought a sampling of goods from Ireland. That is, if I can bring my ships to dock.
Azar! I see you've met Eivor Wolfkist.
Ah, so you are Eivor. In fact, I bring you a message from Ireland.
I know no one in Ireland.
The letter is from Dublin's king. Sadly, I seem to have misplaced it.
The King of Dublin?
Of course.
Why would such a one write to me?
He wishes to expand trade to England. The purpose of my bringing goods here.
Azar is from the east, but lives in Ireland now. But in matters of trade, Azar, your king should petition Rand.
He claims to know Eivor. He asked me to accompany you on the trip there.
I know no king, and I'm certainly not about to journey to Ireland.
But first, Azar, you must build a trading post. In fact, where is your trade ship?
Ah, yes. An unfortunate incident, most concerning. Trading rivals have blocked the river, and thus my goods.
A blocked river hurts all Ravensthorpe. Stay, I'll put things right.
As you see, Eivor is a person of action. Find me later, when the river is safely clear.
Of course, my friend. I thank you, Eivor. I will find the king's letter in the meantime.
You keep insisting that I know an Irish king. It is a fantasy.
How convenient.
What manner of king is it that sends me letters?
And nothing is, of course, never easy. So we are going on a hunt here. Got up here, I believe. This might be faster. It has been quite a few months since I played this last. I believe at least like half a year, maybe even more. So really excited. If I remember anything. But also in terms of the DLC, because the DLC for Odyssey was actually incredible. Especially the last part where we went to Hades and Atlantis and everything. That was amazing. So I have really high hopes for this. And we're off to a good start here. Would believe I'd had to kill destroy and kill everything.
Should be cautious around here. Here's the bouquet
This is a Viking game, so I usually go the Viking way, but I think just for remembering how to do things, we use stealth for the first part, and then we shall see where to go from there. No, that was excellent. Ooh. Yeah, this is what I meant to do. Oh, is it I heal? Okay, yep. Like that. Now, of course, I am slightly overgeared for this, but I do believe that's kind of the point. Going through the main game. And he's not going through. Let's go up there. Is that everyone? I think so, and then we have to destroy some things here. Damn, it feels good to be back. Now, of course, you guys don't actually know me, but I am from Denmark, so the ways of the Vikings is actually right up my alley. Drinking, whoring, slaughtering left and right. Basically what we still do. Nothing has really changed in the 1,000 years. And then don't pray on me. That was a mistake. That was your only defensive against me, really. So yeah, you die instantly. And now for destroying some of the buildings here. So I have this one. No? There we go. Who's shooting me? Oh.
One more should do it. Assassins trading rivals are defeated. The river is clear.
Luke!
Now
I see Luke!
this so-called King of Dublin.
Supplies? There's never a shortage of supplies. But let's get back there. Let's see if he, for some reason, miraculously have found that letter, which was mysteriously gone in the beginning. With the Druids. Anything new that we should be aware of? I don't believe so. Parry? Now, of course, my parry goes into this spin to win, so... which we will be using quite frequently in the next few hours. Now, this Let's Play will be in chapters of roughly 20 to 30 minutes each. But I do hope that this is quite a long DLC, so I actually get to play around with new equipment and weapons and everything, and it's not just, you know, 5-10 hours. One thing though that I have not been missing is the long load screens. And that is because that I am playing this on the Xbox One. I have not been able to get my hands on the new PlayStation 5. I am going to get myself one. But until then I will be playing on the Xbox. And of course when the new Xbox comes out I'm also gonna getting one of those. So for now we have to live with the slightly long load screens. Hello, my friend. Let's see what you have to say here.
Azar, the river is clear, save for a few bodies and sticks. Your goods will get through.
Your reputation comes honestly then, though I am not sure about the name Wolfkist.
The scar on my neck.
Ah, my Viking name would then be Azar One Eye.
Thank you, Azar One Eye. My men will help construct your trade post.
Then I am twice indebted to you. If ever you change your mind about Ireland, I will be found in the trade post, once built. Oh, and I found your letter. Here.
He mysteriously found the letter. How convenient for the story. From the court of Dublin, a late cousin. Word has reached me that we are now on the both sides of the North Sea. Come see me. It's gonna be a joyous reunion. Your cousin buried. Cool.
My cousin Barith is alive, and King of Dublin. The Nornian never failed to delight.
Let's go see him immediately.
Eivor, are you prepared to go to Ireland?
Yes. Let's
Azar,
go.
you did not tell me the king was my cousin.
It was most amusing this way, was it not? A little mystery.
I prefer to know what is what, but it was a pleasant surprise.
He's eager to see you. Shall we set sail?
Yes, my comrade.
Yeah, I would like to see this land, and my cousin Barith.
We shall feast together. Bring much ale. Share stories of old. I'm actually also quite excited for the Gwent game. If there are any more players in Ireland, because actually I thought it was quite good. Not exactly the equivalent of Gwent as in Witcher, but much up there. I really enjoyed it actually playing. So as a downtime from slaughtering Irish leprechauns, then it could be quite amusing, I think, to spend a couple of hours doing that as well. If you have an episode specifically cut out for that. But we'll see. What do we have in store? And here I thought the loading screen was about done when the music started. But even I was fooled. There we go. Ooh, I'm so excited for this. Have of course played all of the Assassin's Creed games up to this point. Huge fan of the series.
A patchwork of petty kings jostling for hills and pastures and green glens. My adopted isle.
Azar, how is it that Bareth, as knows as ice, is king of Dublin?
Dublin is a Viking city, Eivor. But in fact, merchants and beggars come from all parts to parade in its muddy streets.
Odd to think of Bareth as king of a city.
It perhaps sounds grander than it is. Ireland has many kings. They litter the countryside, and Barrett's throne is not secure. Flann Sinna calls the tune.
Who is he?
Soon to be crowned High King of all Ireland. Flann distrusts Vikings, though he needs them.
Bareth will find a way. As a boy, he wasn't much of a fighter, but somehow always came out all right.
I'm sure what you say is true. Certainly he is loved by his people.
Not in the best state, the town. But I'm guessing we can do some upgrades as in our own spot back in England. Maybe.
Your crew can find lodging here. Come, let us find Bareth.
Eivor! Blood of my blood! Look at you! You have Aunt Rosta's cheekbones!
And you, the 7-year-old, lives in you still.
It has been a long stretch since we pelted old Ganfrid with apple cores.
He never forgave us that.
And Sigurd in the clan? How goes with all?
There is much to tell you, Bareth. But let me breathe your Irish air.
Thank you for keeping my ports from being set ablaze in my absence.
My ports? Yes, old man. I can rule my city even without you here. Eivor, you arrive in good time. I'm hosting a feast in honor of my son, Sigfrid. He is 17 today.
A 17-year-old son.
And rather a difficult boy at that. Come! There's much to show on the way to my castle.
A kingship, a son, and a castle. Truly you have a fine life, Bareth.
Castle? It is a wooden house. Finely crafted, to be sure, but in Shiraz, it would be home to a middling rug merchant.
Lead me to your rock merchant's wooden hovel, Bareth.
Well, aren't he a little shit?
Just look at her docks. Wee babe of a city, but the biggest port in all Ireland.
You cannot appreciate Irish air without enduring the stench of our docks.
It is upon the strength of this port I plan to secure my kingship.
Azar told me that your throne may not be entirely steady.
King Flann needs some persuading is all. Dublin's vast trade web will bring wealth to all Ireland. If Flann can be made to see that, my kingship and that of my children's children will be safe.
I cannot guarantee your throne, but a vast trading web is within my power.
No one else I'd trust my commerce to, old man.
You let them call you that.
I call him worse things.
I do see that we're already gonna spend some time drinking some ale
This is where I leave you.
soon.
Don't miss the banquet.
I'll be there shortly.
But also there are quite some things for us to do here already, which is nice.
Barad, my mighty king.
Aoife, this is my cousin, Eivor. Show her the bow I had you make for her.
This is way too peaceful.
This is for me. The craftsmanship is beautiful.
Me best work. Give her a try. Hit the targets before the sand runs out. Think you can get them all?
Well, obviously.
Of course I will. Stand ready to be astonished.
Aren't you the confident one? Sure, I'll be embarrassed for you if you shat on the eggs.
Watch my arrows fly.
I certainly will. Go!
What exactly am I shooting for here?
The bow needs tuning, but it is a very thoughtful gift.
You had a long sea voyage, haven't got your land legs yet.
Ah, I needed to actually... Ah, alright, yep.
Well
So not only
done,
hit the target,
cousin.
but actually kill them.
Wait,
Yep.
is that a house
Or
of
tilt
God?
them.
Aye, Christ's own church. Ireland is mostly Christian now, and so is Dublin. Many Norse chew the wafer.
You make a place for them.
Them? I myself have a place in Christ's house, as I do in the house of Thor. So long as a god has my back, he has my altar.
Traitor.
I've built this city up from rubble. 20 years ago, us Vikings were beaten. The Irish took revenge and sacked Dublin.
Azar told me that it is a Viking city.
Norse founded it, and I nursed it back to health. When I became king, I was king of a mud pit.
Still kind of a mud pit when you really think about it, but this is probably better than it was 20 years ago. I do believe, as I said, there are quite a few kings, so it's going to be like the main game where there are jarls and kings everywhere, and we have to persuade them to join our course. Or cause, I should probably say.
There, up ahead, my home. My only regret is that my mother and my wife aren't here to greet you. They've gone on pilgrimage to the mountains just now. The waters there improve mother's health. I am left to discipline my wayward son,
And to host a banquet.
which should be already underway.
I thought it would have been much smaller
Up, Barad, Fodia.
with a Sears comment or earlier. But this actually looks
Here we are.
almost identical to the one we
Please
have
go
back in
enjoy
England.
yourself. I must have a word with my son. Come meet him before the night's out.
Sure, this celebration, I think we should just go straight to... Yeah, let's speak to Azir.
Azar.
Azar,
I was not sure
that's what
if
I
I
mean.
would see you here.
Why is that?
I thought you'd rather take stock of your wares than placidly observe caterwauling Vikings.
And you would rather spend time with this gossiping auntie?
I know few people here, and of them, I know you are the one who's always ready with a sweet anecdote.
I do have some information you may find interesting. Siegfried's stomach doesn't agree with cheese. Had an accident about it last week. The embarrassing, bed-changing kind.
He shat himself.
Mortifying for a lad of that age. The kind of thing that would devastate him in front of his comrades, if one needed ammunition.
Thank you, Azar. Your company is always enlightening.
So we can bribe him when we meet him later. Gonna be looking forward to that. That's just,
Grand do, isn't it?
yeah.
Siegfried! I expect my son to act like the future king, not roll in the muck.
So Flan will take you on as his farting court jester?
Think with your head and not your arse. Flan can assure my throne, which will one day be yours.
That makes you the ass.
Enough! Eivor, my son, Siegfried. I'm sorry, I must clear my head. Could you speak to the boy?
So that almost seems to me like it's the same story as in the main game. In the beginning, when we were back in Norway, we didn't want to bend the knee to the king, but our father basically needed it to stay Jarl. So not much has changed there. Let's just go with...
I was looking forward to meeting my cousin's son.
So, you're the cousin who Da speaks so fondly of. Is the old fool reduced to importing Vikings now?
In Norway, you'd be knocked to the ground by now.
Yeah, mind your
Come on,
tone,
then.
boy.
If you've any guts worth respecting.
Fine, whelp.
Yeah,
You
should have went
won't
with the
land
last
a
option.
single punch.
I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you. That was easy. But of course he's only a toddler, so what are you gonna do?
I guess I owe you thanks for not beating me bloody.
I was trying
I'm
to.
not here to quarrel with you, Siegfried.
Da speaks so highly of you. I wanted to see if you lived up to the stories.
I live up to legends.
A visit to Norway might do a young Vikinger like you some good.
I'd love to go with Da. Maybe the homeland would kindle his warrior spirit. Give Dublin a fair and fearsome king.
You're unhappy with how your father rules.
Da has the makings of a fine king, but he chooses to play the unctuous merchant instead.
Well, Eivor did say that he wasn't really a fighter, but always got out of tricky situations earlier, so it might just be his way to get power, as I understand it, maybe.
I've lost track of your father. Any idea where he might be?
He wanted to clear his head. That means he's visiting grandfather's grave. Da has a chat with him almost every day.
Bareth can commune with the dead.
No, his conversations are all one-sided. The grave sits at the top of the hill.
I'll find him. Thank you, Siegfried.
Eivor, teach me how to hit like that sometime.
We'll make a Viking out of you yet. Alright everyone, that's it for this first part. And I will see you all next time.